What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's dive into Smackdown from January the 26th, 2024, the eve of the Royal Rumble. So, a bit of news and note. Kevin Patrick has been fired from WWE. They released him, I believe it was Thursday. That sucks. We wish him all the best and everything. I'm shocked that he got released, though. That was kind of a shocker. I get he wasn't good on commentary, which he was not, but they could have still kept him around and put him on, like, the bump and kept him doing premium live event pre-shows and maybe backstage interviews. But that's just me, but it is what it is. That sucks. Also, massive news. Vince McMahon has officially resigned from TK Holdings and WWE. So he is no longer with the WWE. And we'll talk about that in a separate video. I just wanted to mention it because it's going to be a massive story. And I can say this. It is officially an end of an era. It's absolutely insane. It's insane, man. Wow. Just wow. Damn. But we'll get into it. We'll definitely I'll definitely talk about it in a separate video. So let's just go ahead and get into SmackDown. So Randy Orton was introduced to the ring by recording artist El Delado Carlin, I believe it was his name, I think. So he gets on the mic. He introduced Randy Orton and everything. So Randy gets on the mic. He gives a shout out to El Lotto. And then he gets into the bloodline business. He said he's here to talk about business. He's here to talk about the bloodline. He said the bloodline has had one hell of a run for the past few years. The only reason they've done so is because of Roman Reigns. He's had the world title for almost 1,300 days. He said, ladies and gentlemen, that's unfathomable. It's virtually unheard of in the modern era. Well, that's not what he said, but that's what I'm saying. Nobody can stop him. Nobody can stop the bloodline. Nobody except for him, Randy Orton. Because tomorrow at the Royal Rumble, and once all the smoke clears and the dust settles, the number that's going to mean anything to anyone is going to be number 15. The reason is because after Randy beats Roman Reigns at the Rumble, he's going to become... he's going to become a 15-time world champion. How do you think he's going to do it? He's going to do it by the courtesy of the 3 months the 3 months destructive letters in All Sports Entertainment, RKO. So AJ Styles comes out. He says, "Do you realize that there's other people in the match?" He says, I asked Nick Aldis to let me have a match with Solo Sikoa so I could take his head off. And then AJ talked about being stepped on. Having his dead body stepped on by LA Knight. He said, we have history, Randy. After you RKO'd me in his ring last week, just know you have a receipt coming. And at the Royal Rumble tomorrow night, I'll be stepping over Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and LA Knight. LA Knight comes out. So he berates AJ Styles, telling him to quit your crying, baby. Think for a second. You think for 1 second, 24 hours before I fit a 4-way, that he wants to have to fight the Muscle Solo. He said, "You must be smart if you weren't so. You would be smart if you weren't so stupid." He says he knows he's the biggest threat in tomorrow's match. He said that if he has to fight Solo, that's what he'll do. He'll hit him so damn hard that he'll walking to start doing his dad's dance. And then he says, with that same energy, I'll walk into the Royal Rumble. I'll walk over Randy, AJ, and I'll walk over Roman Reigns, and I'll walk over any sorry soul that gets in my way of becoming the WWE champion. That's not an insult. It's just a fact of life. Yeah. And then LA Knight drops the mic and dips out, and then AJ Styles drops Randy Orton with the Pele kick. So, fun little segment here and there. It's fine. Roman wasn't on the show, which is to be expected by now. That's been his MO for several months. I think Roman only wrestled maybe last year, I want to say a total of maybe 52 times that entire year of 2023. So, Roman don't give a damn. So, this is fine. It makes sense. Again, I like LA Knight. I like AJ Styles. I'm hoping they continue their feud until WrestleMania. So, after the Rumble, they can begin their feud. So you have it start at the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia in February next month. And then you have it, maybe have a match on Smackdown or whatever. And then you have the third and final match at WrestleMania. Whether it be night 1 or night 2, I don't know. I'm guessing night 1. But that would be cool. That would be great. It would give both guys something to do. Because both guys are still, they're still hot and they're still over. Like AJ Styles is over as a heel. Well, not really a heel. He's more so of a tweener. So he's definitely a tweener right now. So I'm glad with that. Moving on. First match of the night. We finally fucking got it, guys. We finally got it. Santos Escobar with Legado del Fantasma versus Carlito with the LWO. So towards the end of the match, chaos breaks out. And so there's a massive brawl that ensues. And then Del Toro, he lands the somersault plunger, takes everybody out. And then my girl, the Madrina, my bad. My girl, Elektra Lopez, she shows up. Her fine, sexy ass, she shows up. She takes out Zelina Vega, and this allows for Santos Escobar to roll up Carlito for the 1, 2, 3. This is great. My girl is finally on the main roster. It makes sense. So I'm guessing she's going to be doing the job this Tuesday on NXT to Lola Vice, which is fine. But Elektra Lopez being on the roster is great. It's good shit. I'm loving this. This is great. This is great. So, I'm a fan of this. But we need to really hurry this storyline along, because this storyline's been dragging on for months. I'm talking months. We need a conclusion to this thing, like, very soon. At least by Mania. Because this thing has to end at some point. Like, this thing is dragged on for quite some time. There's only so much you can do with all these people involved, if we're being honest. Moving on. So, Michael Cole, he recaps the news of Raw moving over to Netflix in 2025. Plus, The Rock joining the board of directors at TKO. So, WWE has had a massive week of news, especially for Monday, and then on Friday with the whole Vince McMahon leaving WWE. That is insane. Moving on. So AJ Styles, he runs into Jimmy Uso in the backstage area. Jimmy wants AJ to help them get rid of LA Knight tonight. That way he doesn't make it to the Royal Rumble. Jimmy tells AJ to think about it. And then AJ tells the OC to mind their business, which is great. Again, I don't understand why the OC is still together. I don't get it. It's quite odd to me. What's also quite odd to me is, why in the hell do we have Ava Raine showing up on on SmackDown. That makes zero sense. Zero sense. And why can't she be the assistant of Shawn Michaels or William Regal? Like, have William Regal be the main general manager of NXT, like he did in the past, in the Black and Gold era, and have Ava be the assistant, where she can be an on-screen character and make matches on occasion, but not all the time. I don't know, man. I'm guessing they're doing this because her pops is now a part of the board of directors at TKO, so I guess that's why they're doing this. I don't fucking know. So anyway, Bobby Lashley walks into the office along with the Street Profits to grab his number for the Royal Rumble, which is good. Next, we get a Bayley vignette where Bayley puts over damage control and everything, saying 2024 is going to be their year. She's going to win the Royal Rumble. She said if these walls could talk, they would tell you all the good and bad that's happened so far in her career. And she will be women's champion. She's going to win the Royal Rumble. And she's going to main event WrestleMania. So this was very, very good. I am excited for the Royal Rumble. I'm excited. I'm more so excited for the men's Royal Rumble than I am the women's. The women's, again, you only have two plausible choices, two plausible winners. Number one, Becky Lynch. Number two, Bayley. Those are the only two plausible and logical winners. Because the Women's Royal Rumble it's been basically discombobulated. It's not even really been like a thing, if we're being honest. Like, there's no story going into it for the women. You have way more story and action in the Men's Royal Rumble than you do the women's. I don't know. Next, KC Square, which is Katana Chance and Caden Carter, versus the Kabuki Warriors for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. This was a solid, good match here. In the end, my girls, the Kabuki Warriors, win. So they do this reverse DDT into the insane elbow combination for the 1, 2, 3, which was great. I loved it. The match was solid. The match was very, very solid. KC Square got a lot of offense in and stuff. This is really good. They'll probably get their rematch next week, probably, for sure. And then that's when they'll probably just be they'll probably head the path of obscurity. They'll be taking that path, the path of obscurity. That's what they'll be, for sure. For sure. Because they were transitional champions anyway, like from the start. So this is good. Moving on. So Paul Heyman, he wants Solo Sikoa to fix the problem tonight. And he says to not be merciful. There's a moment for Jimmy Uso to seize tomorrow night at the Royal Rumble. Jimmy needs to enter the Royal Rumble and win that match. He needs to challenge Seth Rollins and beat him at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then from there, he'll understand that the line behind coming the next Tribal Chief starts at the Royal Rumble, which is great. So this was really, really good. Is it going to happen? Is Jimmy going to win? The answer is no. We all know this, but this was a really, really good Paul Heyman promo. We know there's no fucking way that Jimmy's going to win at all. He's not going to be in the final four. Moving on, we got a Hulk Hogan vignette. Okay, cool. Next, Bayley and Bianca Belair, they get their numbers for the Women's Royal Rumble. So I do like that they're just giving, the women their numbers and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Next, we get the face-to-face between Bobby Lashley and the Final Testament. So Bobby Lashley gets on the mic. He puts over his accolades saying that he was a that the Street Profits were my bad. Bobby Lashley said that the Street Profits were Triple Crown Tag Team Champions. And then he said that he used to be a former United States champion and WWE champion, the almighty Bobby Lashley. He said, we didn't come to Miami to play. We came to Miami for a fight. And so he calls out the Final Testament. He says, look, Cross, quit playing these games. Is this the type of coward you are? You're going to send your lady out here to do your business. And then Angela Dawkins, he gets on the mic and says, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying, Tez? If I'm understanding this right, it's supposed to be a face-to-face. Montez Ford says that they stand for no business. But you know what, Miami, I got it figured out. I think I got it figured out. The Final Testament is something that we would never would be, and I would be scared. And then so Paul Aaron gets on the mic and says there's no fear in Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross says that Paul Aaron speaks the truth. He says every time I look at you, I see all I see is frustration, all I see is desperation. He said he understands it. He tells the fans to shut the hell up, which is great. I popped when he said that. That's excellent. He said, I understand that things aren't going to plan. You feel like you're not in control, Bobby. Guess what? You're not. He said this was supposed to be a face-to-face. Technically, we're out here. We will honor that agreement. So you're standing across the prettiest face in the world. Unfortunately, Miami, since you have a big mouth anyways, you're not getting your fight tonight. And then Bobby says, hold on, Kross. Listen, I give you credit. I give you benefit of the doubt. We're standing face-to-face, but you've lied because you said we weren't fighting tonight. Well, we are. So then Scarlett gets into the ring. She wrecks the eyes of Bobby Lashley. And then Karrion Kross drives Bobby Lashley's shoulder first until the steel ring post. And then the AOP, they completely decimate the Street Profits. They destroy them. So this is good stuff there. Again, I'm hoping that this does get added to the card. I did mention that in my predictions video that I did. Hopefully this gets added to the card. If not, we can save it for next week. That'll be fine. So I'm hoping we can do a fifth match for the Rumble. I'm hoping. I know we have 4 matches so far, but I still think having 5 on there is the perfect number, if we're being honest. Moving on. So Jimmy Uso is not pleased with his Royal Rumble number. Okay. Next, Carmelo Hayes versus Austin Theory. Austin Theory gets the win via roll-up. Post-match, Grayson and Austin Theory, they beat down Carmelo Hayes, and then Trick Williams comes in for a massive pop to make the save. And then Carmelo and Trick are like arguing to an extent, and Trick is like, look, man, I got your back. I'm just trying to save us and everything else. You know, we got a big week next week. So that was cool there. And Trick is going to do very, very well on the main roster. My problem is with this Carmelo Trick Williams storyline is that this thing should have ended earlier in January. This thing's been going on for 3 months, and we've not really gotten anywhere from it. But hopefully next week we'll get, the conclusion. My thing is this. If Triple H is going to use Carmelo, then bring him up on the main roster and just, kind of end that storyline. Just abruptly end it. Have Melo turn on Trick. And then, the next week on Smackdown, he shows up and says that, me and Trick are through and everything else. I think Melo will do fine on the main roster. But he has a ceiling. Trick, I could see easily being a world champion because of his theme song. He could be a U.S. champion. Like, I think he would do very, very well on the main roster. Trick Williams kicks major ass. Moving on. So, Kelly Braxton, she had a backstage interview with Elato Karian. And he was elated with his WWE experience. He says he's going for his boy Randy Orton to win at the Royal Rumble. And then the Bloodline, they interrupt the conversation, and then Paul Heyman tells Solo to calm down. Main event, LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa. It is a DQ. AJ Styles gets involved. And then Randy Orton, AJ Styles gets involved, causes the disqualification. Randy Orton's able to take out AJ Styles. He hits the draping DDT and everything else. And then he hits the RKO. And then out of nowhere, while Randy's celebrating, LA Knight hits the blunt force trauma, the BTF, to close the show. So LA Knight got some much needed momentum. This is fine. The go home show was okay for the most part. It could have been better, but fine nonetheless. Again, Trick Williams showing up is fine. But what do you do with him going forward? Like I said, they're still deeply intertwined with NXT. Same thing with Carmelo Hayes. I don't know. But all in all, SmackDown was okay. It could have been better. So, what did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.